You want to pray? Pray. But then don't stop by praying. Practicalize it. Practicalize it. Number one, what to note about men. Men are not perfect. One of the reasons why many people will not take advantage of the gifts of men, of the blessing of relationships, is because they are looking for perfect people. And so when they get in contact with somebody and they see imperfections, they feel, this person has offended me, this person has done this, and so they break off. I was sharing with us last night, and I told us, I said, if you are going to develop relationships and you are going to maintain relationships, you must make room for mistakes. And the only way you will make room for mistakes is for you to come to a place in your life where you have an understanding that men are not perfect. There is no man on the face of the earth, not one, that is perfect. If you have that understanding, you will be able to develop relationships and sustain them. Number two, men have weaknesses and strengths. Every man have weaknesses and strengths. You must have that understanding. Just the way you know, number two sounds like number one. Just the way that you know that there is no man that is perfect, you must also understand that lying in every man is strength. Within every man are some weaknesses. Say, Pastor, you don't understand the reason why I don't talk to him anymore. That nauseating attitude, that irritating behavior is the problem I have. But you don't know that within the same person are certain strengths, and because of the weaknesses, as you reject the individual, you have rejected the strength. This is the secret of leaders. Any man who you see who is doing well in leadership is a man who understands this principle, that lying every man are weaknesses and strengths. And what every leader should do is to try to harness the strength for productivity. Why not undermining the weaknesses, but not rejecting a whole entity? Rejection of a whole entity because of the weaknesses is stupidity and foolishness. Number three, the resources of the earth are controlled by men. The resources of the earth are controlled by men. Understand that, yes, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. But you must understand that God has put the resources in the hands of men. The hands of men. The hands of men. If you have an understanding that resources are in the hands of men, you will value relationships. Whether financial resources or opportunities, whatever you call it, they are in the hands of men. And how far you go in life is determined by the resources at your disposal. How far you go, how fast you also go is determined by the resources. That is the truth. Number four, men are dynamic. Men are dynamic. So today you see them at this level. Tomorrow you see them at another level. Where you understand that the little boy you are seeing today is going to become a man tomorrow. You will value relationship. Are you still here this morning? Men are dynamic. Men are not static. The little boy that you are seeing today can become the governor tomorrow. Men are dynamic. The one who is small today can become the great one tomorrow. Men are dynamic. The one who is a nobody today can become somebody tomorrow. Men are dynamic. Number five, men have access to both physical and spiritual power. Men have access to both physical and spiritual power. Men have access to both physical and spiritual power. And you must understand, we are in a physical world governed by a spiritual world. And men have access to spiritual power. Number 6, God uses men to fulfill promises and prophecies. God uses men to fulfill promises and prophecies. God uses men to fulfill promises and prophecies. So if there is a prophecy hanging over your head, wait. It's going to be a man that will fulfill it. Check. God uses men. Do you think God could not have brought Jesus to the face of the earth? There is nothing that is impossible with him. But he needed the womb of Mary. He needed the womb of Mary to carry him and bring him here. You need to understand this. So every time we make declarations, every time you pray in your closet, and God shows you certain pictures of your tomorrow, God shows you promises, God shows you prophecies, understand that those promises and those prophecies will be effected through a channel called men. God uses men to fulfill promises. God uses men to fulfill prophecies. They don't just happen. Now, it's your understanding of this thought will help you to begin to develop relationships and begin to help you to value relationships. When you know that the prophecy hanging over your head, that the full manifestation is dependent on a man, you will value men. You will value men. Number 7. Men can be doors and men can be obstacles. Men can be doors. It depends on how you relate with them. So a man can be a door to another level for you to access a new phase. A man can also stand as a hindrance, as an obstacle that you are unable to move, that you are unable to make progress in life. So you must understand this, that men are doors and men are also obstacles. So how you relate with a man determines what he represents in your life. The relationship you value will become doors. The ones you disregard, they become obstacles. There is nothing you can do about it. You can never attract anything that you have disregarded. That is the truth. Never attract. Never attract. Somebody sharing testimonies, and then you disregard the person in your heart. You cannot attract him. You can't. Somebody shares testimony, and then you speak against the individual behind the person. You are talking against the person behind. You cannot attract him. Men are doors. Men are obstacles. The way you relate with them is what determines what they represent in your life.